schematic overview of the nervous system divides things into central and peripheral. This has both anatomical and embryological origins. So from here on over, you can talk about everything central nervous system that's inside the bones of the cranium and the vertebrae. So the vertebrae are what colloquially referred to as the spine. So all of those bones of the spine, the vertebrae, inside of them is the spinal cord. So the neural structure inside the spine is the spinal cord. And then the brain, which is inside the bones of the cranium. That's the anatomical correlate. Everything outside of them is now going to be peripheral nervous system. There's also a developmental difference in that the central nervous system arises from a structure called the neural tube. Neural tube. So what happens is the developing nervous system rounds up to form a tube, and everything that's inside that tube is going to be CNS, brain, spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, not only is it outside the bones of the cranium and vertebrae, but the embryological origin of it is a group of cells called the neural, it's supposed to be a U, neural crest, the neural crests. So that's a big difference. Anything the neural crests give rise to winds up in the peripheral nervous system, and those things formed by the neural tube, the great majority of them, one principal exception, the great majority of them wind up in the brain and spinal cord. So that's fundamental. CNS divisions into brain and spinal cord are very straightforward. Those are anatomical and easy to see. The division of the peripheral nervous system into the somatic and autonomic branches may be more difficult to see. The somatic branches include axons of cells that are in the CNS, so they're in the spinal cord, but they leave the CNS and they go out to muscle tissue. They go out to the muscles of the arms and legs and body. So those motor neurons, what we call them, they're part of the somatic branch of the peripheral nervous system. And then there are going to be neurons that are out here, the cell bodies are out here, but those axons are going to go into the spinal cord or into the brain. Those are somatic sensory neurons, and so they're sensory. And that too is a somatic branch. The autonomics are different. Autonomics are composed of ganglia, and those ganglia wind up innervating tissues, like the heart, for example, or the sweat glands. We can take, and you're going to have control. Let's take the heart. Let's just put the heart down here. You're going to control the heart in one of two ways. You can make the heart beat more quickly and have the pumping volume increase. That's what the sympathetic nervous system does. So it makes the heart pump more, and per pump, it's ejecting more blood. And then you have another system which comes along and makes the heart pump more slowly, and the stroke volume, which we call the pumping, how much leads per pump, the stroke volume decreases. So these are the two major branches of the autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And we're going to find that they arise from the ganglia that are part of these two are found in entirely different places. So they really form separate branches of the autonomic nervous system.